So, 500,000 views inside 2 days and 1.2 million within a few weeks. Here's what happened. A video got sent to me of an atheist on TikTok who claimed God of the Bible is immoral. Very original, right? Atheists online do this all the time, and they will refer to certain passages in the Old Testament. That's fine. I have a whole playlist on that very topic, and I'm also integrating responses to these in my upcoming theodicy book on gratuitous evil. So far so good, everything normal, right? Well, what was the case for this video was that this person, whom I had no idea who was, actually turned out to be a very popular political commentator and influencer called Dean Withers with 4 million followers. And if you have been following my Apologetics and Polemics channel here for a while, you know that if there is an opportunity to sneak in some humor and sarcasm in my informative-oriented videos, then of course I will jump on that. Now, this individual in his God is Immoral TikTok video that I was sent, and had no idea who was, not that by if knowing this would have resulted in me not making that video, said the following.
The Christian God is actually quite cruel and immoral, but it's not just me saying this, it's the Bible. How about we take a look at that? Ephesians 21, God approves of the rape, abduction, and murder of nearby cities.
To which I replied, Ephesians 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Philippians. Where did Ephesians 21 go? Where is it? Ephesians 21. Ephesians 21. Where are you? Aha! Found it. Yeah, and ta-da! Now I have a TikTok video 1 month later with over 1.2 million views, thousands of shares, comments and favorite saves, which I made inspired by the polemical style seen in, for example, the Bible, by Prophet Elijah and the Apostle Paul. Now later it was pointed out to me in the comment section who this person actually was. His name was Dean Withers, a 20-year-old social media influencer and modern liberal political commentator with over 4 million followers. Some also pointed out in comments that a while ago he made a correction video, that he made a big mistake. He did not meant to say Ephesians 21, which I think is smart because, as we saw, Ephesians 21 does not exist. What he meant to say was Judges 21.
A while ago, I made a huge mistake. I meant to say Judges 21. In Judges 21:11, it says to kill males and females who are not virgins. Then later in Judges 21:20 through 23, it gives a very detailed plan how a certain group of men were going to abduct a certain group of women to quote-unquote make them their wives. And one last thing, I want to personally thank each and every single one of the Christians. I'm very glad that I could make this video today detailing which verses in the Bible actually endorse killing, abducting, and raping women.
If one wants to be a good atheist boy and use the standard objections to some of these Old Testament verses here and there, at least try to get it right before posting it to millions. Now, as mentioned, my responses to many of these are in the playlist in the description box below, and better yet, my upcoming book. But I thought in light of all that has happened here, that I should respond very quickly to, well, what he actually meant in his polemics to the Bible in that original video, Judges 21. Not Ephesians 21, Judges 21. So let's have a look at it. Judges is a very messed up book. I am willing to grant the immorality that you find recorded there.
Then later, in Judges 20:28, the Israelites ask God again, are they to fight the Benjamites? And God says, go tomorrow, I'll put them in your hands.
You're committing the fallacy known as shifting the goalpost. Start with Ephesians 21, and then you move to Judges 21, and then you move to Judges 20. Remember what you originally claimed.
Ephesians 21, God approves of the rape, abduction, and murder of nearby cities.
And your proof of this was Judges 21:11 and 20 through 23. But as I pointed out, the congregation sent and commanded them. And the elders of the congregation said. But now I'll entertain your shifting to Judges 20. If you look earlier in Judges 20, you see this conflict started because they investigated the horrific crimes of Gibeah.
I hate to always point this out in these responses, but it will always be important. People who read books can attest to the fact that the beginning of the book is kind of important, right? The beginning usually sets up the stage and background for it all. And jumping to a random chapter is not what one should do if one truly wants to be fair to the text. And may I also add, perhaps sometimes even the last paragraph of the book could be very important. Yes, I'm talking about context here. The book of Judges is no different. I don't even have to do so much explaining here. Let's just read exactly those two text references ourselves, starting with the important beginning of the book of Judges, chapter 2, verses 11 through 13. And the people of Israel did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, and served the Baals. And they abandoned the Lord, the God of their fathers, who had brought them out of the land of Egypt. They went after other gods from among the gods of the peoples who were around them, and bowed down to them. And they provoked the Lord to anger. They abandoned the Lord and served the Baals and the Ashtaroth. With this context and background in mind, whatever cherry-picked passages one wants to refer to in Judges, Dean's chapter 21 polemic included, if one actually read that entire chapter, one would see that that is not by God. That is describing groups of people doing those stuff out of their own sworn oaths and actions. Objections and Judges need to go through the contextual filters set up in the beginning of chapter 2 as we read. I encourage you to read the rest on your own time. You will see there that God feels sorry for the people and will not give up on them. So he raises up judges whom he is with for the rest of their lifetime. But as you can see going through the book, most of the time we see both the judge and the people again rebel and turn away from God. And the very last sentence of the book of Judges, which is not put there unintentionally, is really summarizing the whole book quite nicely. Because the last sentence of the book, Judges 21 verse 25, says the following: everyone did what was right in his own eyes. So, there are better examples in the Old Testament for the skeptic to go to if he or she wants to critique the God of the Bible. Like, for example, Numbers and Deuteronomy and 1 Samuel. But it's not like Christians haven't responded to these for centuries in the literature. And I do recommend people checking out the strong Steelman versions of these and not just jumping on online TikToks and bumper stickers and memes and slogans. There are good responses and theodicies to these. And speaking of theodicies and responses, have you ever wondered, why doesn't God, as the maximally perfect and all-loving being, just give everyone, all humans, throughout history, undeniable proof of his existence, including those who claim to be non-resistant non-believers, or something similar? Well, then you should definitely check out my free ebook and audiobook. You don't have to register or sign up for anything, just listen directly to the audiobook on YouTube, or download the PDF, or read the animated ebook on DanielApologetics.com. Again, the book is 100% free, and you can share it with anyone. If you want to support my work, I ask for prayers, that you boost the algorithms by subscribing, liking, and commenting on the videos. And if, big if, this ministry is a blessing to you, plus that you are interested and able, there are financial ways you can help this channel with all from $2 and up monthly, or one-time donations. Any amount is helpful because it all adds up. Links for all this is in the description box. Hope the free book is helpful. God bless.